Hey y'all!
Hi.
So this is our first ever session for my book club to talk about Ink Blood Sister Scribe. Hope you all have your copies with you. And Dana, I'm sure she will be here momentarily. And Ray, for some reason, he decided to pop in 9:30 at night from when we first scheduled it.
He's ready.
That is why that is still there.
He's ready.
Nikki says, so excited to see you guys chat about your first ever book pick for your book club. It's exciting. I was almost late to this.
We made it.
Culver's takes forever. I swear. It was just not my day today. We were like rushing to get here.
Oh no. Is that a grocery store?
Culver's is a fast food place.
Oh.
It's I don't know if it's maybe a southern thing. I'm not sure. But it's like they have baskets of like fried stuff, and then they're mostly known for their ice cream. They make really good ice cream.
Very good. So they weren't fast today.
Yeah. And they were taking forever because my mom and my grandma decided to order some stuff. And then Ray wanted a sandwich and some fries, and then I can't really eat much from there, but the fries are pretty good.
I love fries.
And Kaylani says, I'm excited to hear all your thoughts. I'm excited to hear yours.
Yes.
Nikki, I do love Culver's, right? I think they do have them in Michigan, I believe.
Oh,
I'm actually born and raised from Michigan myself, but I didn't move to Florida until I was 21.
Wow.
Which is in 2011.
That's a move.
Right? And Clint says, OMG, all the beauty. I'm so happy for you. Aw, we love you, Clint.
Thanks, Clint.
Clint has never heard of Culver.
Same. I wonder if Georgia has any. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, Culver's is, if you ever make a trip down to Florida, they got plenty down here. Yeah. And I know they do up in Michigan, where Nikki's at.
Oh, well, I am close to Florida.
Yeah, you got to come visit us sometime.
I know.
Make a trip out of it. Oh, yeah. Yep, they do.
Very cool.
Hopefully, Dana will be here any moment.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to give her a few minutes before we start talking about the book.
Okay.
I don't want Dana to miss out.
Do you want to give like a little brief synopsis?
I can certainly do that. So if you have not read Ink Blood Sister Scribe, which we will be talking about, so there might be spoilers if you have not read this while we're talking here.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, these are about the sisters of Esther and Joanna. They are trying to protect these magical books in their father's house. And unfortunately, in the beginning, the father passes away holding a book, and one of the magical books. And so they try and find out what are all these magical books for, and like what's going on with why they're guarding the books in the first place. And then they have other characters in the book as well, that some other characters that also are protecting books, magical books, just like the one in their father's house up in England. So we find out more about the other characters and like why they're guarding the books to begin with, and why Esther's on the run from home, because she runs away from home and never comes back, and we don't know why until later in the book, and then we find out all the stuff.
Yeah, it's a very intricate plot line, I feel.
For real. Clint says, I haven't read, but don't mind spoilers. Oh yes, that reminds me, I did let Clint know in his group that we will be also doing a drawing at the end of this live show, as long as you're here all the way till the end, for an Amazon gift card.
Cute. Love that.
But you have to stay until the end, because, the winner won't be announced until the very end. And you got to be here for it. So it'll be a random drawing. And Kaylani says, I really enjoyed this. It was a solid 4 stars for me. I also rated it 4 stars. I mean, it was a little slow in the beginning for me, but then it picked up a little bit.
Yeah. It took some time to get into the story, but I think it keeps you engaged enough to want to keep reading, at least in my case. And I'm glad I did because I also gave it 4 stars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nikki, I haven't read it yet, but I will be reading it probably next year, so I'm sure I'll forget everything talked about. That is very possible. Especially if we're waiting until next year.
Yeah, hopefully you just, wipe it from memory and hopefully you can still enjoy it.
Yeah, and I do, I know you guys are trying to read the Throne of Glass series, so I do want you guys to finish that. But
Yeah.
hopefully
Me too. It's been a long time coming. So
Yeah.
that finish,
that's my favorite Sarah J. Maas series. Throne of Glass.
It's crazy because it's my favorite series so far. But I still have to read Silver Flames and the rest of the books.
You haven't read Silver Flames yet?
Well, I only just read Athor last month, and so I'm enjoying my time though. I still have such an attachment to Throne of Glass.
Kaylani. She says, girls, same. At this point, I'm a fake SJM fan.
No, not at all. You're just trying to savor it, before you're caught up, and then you're just going to have to keep rereading. That's how I'm looking at it.
Apparently, Dana didn't see the message.
Oh, jeez. Whoopsies.
She probably noticed that we're live, and she's like, oops, I forgot. OMG, Silver Flames is amazing. Silver for Akamath. Yep. I agree. Nesta's probably one of my favorites. Dana's here.
Hello, friends.
We were just going through some of the comments. We didn't talk much about our thoughts on the book yet because we thought we'd wait for you.
So sorry. I did not see the link.
Well, glad you're here. Kaylani says, make it last. LOL.
Talk about our SJM journey.
Oh, that's what I was reading. That's what I was listening to and reading while I was waiting. And then I was like, I wonder what's going on. And I went to YouTube and you guys were live and I was like, oh God, I missed something.
Right? I'm like, Dana must have noticed we were live. And he's like, oh no, I missed it.
I was reading Crown of Midnight.
Yes, I did read Throne of Glass first. I can't talk today.
Right. That's how I started my
Throne of Glass was my first series by Sarah J. Maas before I read all of her other books. Well, except I've never read Catwoman. However, I've read all the others.
I'm not counting that.
Yeah, I'm not counting that either. I read Star, Crescent City, and now I'm going through Throne of Glass.
Just the 3.
The only thing is, though, I haven't read Assassin's Blade yet.
Oh.
That was the first one I read in the Throne of Glass series, and I stand by that being the correct choice. I know that that's like a hot topic, but I stand by that choice.
Right. I need everyone's thoughts on TOG soon.
Coming to you, 2024, Clint. Hopefully.
I spy another beauty. Hey, Dana. I have a theory that whatever you read first is your favorite of SJM. You're probably right.
Because in both of our cases, all of our cases, actually.
Yeah.
And Clint's read Akatar first, but thinks he loves Throne of Glass more.
Oh, so
you just said you prefer Akamath. Oh, just in that series.
Out of that series, from the Akatar series, he likes Akamath. But I think he said that he loves Throne of Glass even more than that series.
Oh, wow.
That's so intense. I don't know.
Megan, haven't seen you in a while. The only SJM book I've tried to read was Akatar and ID Enough.
Ooh.
That's very funny you say that, Megan, because I did the same thing with the first one, and then Dana convinced me I needed to try and give it a second go around, and so I took her advice. I I pushed through the first one, then I continued the series, and actually the books really do get better. The rest of the series is way better than the first. So even if you DNF the first one, at least go to the next one, because I promise you it gets so better. Because I wasn't crazy about the first one either.
Yeah, she really was not, but I was like, you need to read it. You have to.
Yeah, and then when Dana got me to read it again, I pushed through and read the whole series in like a week.
Yeah,
That's
she really plowed through that.
I
She let me
read.
borrow some of her books too, so I could finish.
That's crazy because I read like one book over the span of a week.
Controversial opinion there.
Mm.
For real. I loved Akatara. Like, fell in love immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me some time, but I got there.
No, see, I'm with Nikki. I was like immediately hooked.
Pulled in.
Like hook, line, and sinker, baby. Like it had me in there like swimwear.
So, we should probably stop talking about SJM just because it's supposed to be about English and Scribe. I have a different copy than you guys.
Yeah, we got the Illuma crate.
Fancy ones.
Yeah, not all books should be opened.
Yeah, I love your guys' edition.
Yeah, it's got like, what is that, kind of like a bronzy like foil.
Mm-hmm. And the green.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then it has like
the detail.
Mine came from Book of the Month Club.
Yeah.
And I almost got it from Book of the Month. And then I was like,
yeah.
Let me get the next one.
Oh,
thankfully we liked it.
Now I live and die for this.
Yeah. Especially the two in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we got some questions so we could talk about the book.
Yay.
I know Dana was helping me come up with some questions, and then Ray also gave me some. And for those who don't know, Ray is my fiance, but most of you do know, so. And he's also he might pop in at some point because he's trying to get all my stuff from my mom upstairs. I spent the weekend down south with my family.
It's nice.
Very nice, yeah.
It's my niece's birthday party.
Oh, cool.
She is now 2.
2? Oh.
And she's adorable. And growing like a weed.
Oh, I know, honestly.
I know.
I mean, I don't know your niece, but
well, most
kids in general.
Like a weed. All right, so
sorry.
I am setting up a banner with the first question.
Stunning.
We love the organization. Dana, do you want to tell us your rating? Because we discussed ours.
Oh yes. Okay. I gave it a 4. It's not like a new like favorite, but it was such an enjoyable journey. After I got past the first 2 chapters, it had me down.
Yeah, we were saying that it does take time to get into, but
yeah,
I said it like kind of keeps you engaged enough to want to continue. And like the further along you go, like every chapter almost had like a cliffhanger that pulled you.
I was no, for sure. I was like hooked as I like it took a little bit to get started, but once it got started, I felt like, we were rolling enough to where it was like you said, those little like moments at the end where I was like, but wait, I need to know what happened. Yeah,
exactly.
So I'll just keep reading.
Yeah, especially for a debut, I feel like she really did her thing with it.
It was a very strong debut.
So, starting with the first question, what are your thoughts on the plot of the book overall? We would like to start.
Do you want to start? Okay, so my thoughts on the plot overall, I think I will just carry on with what like we were kind of saying before. Sometimes I struggle with fantasy, which I think is one of the reasons it's not necessarily like my most read genre, however you say that word. It's just that sometimes it is slow. I've noticed that I do enjoy it, but romanticy is definitely like a little more my vibe. But I think the plot overall was very interesting. It was like high stakes, but in a low stakes way. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was like there were things obviously like at stake. Like there was a lot, that they were fighting for, I guess, but it was also kind of like in a low stakes, like not in the way that I think some fantasy is like the world will be affected or ended, And I mean, this does have effects on their entire world, but not in the way I think that we're used to. And I think it was a very interesting way to take this plot. Like, I'm very curious if there's going to be like a sequel, or even I would really enjoy a prequel just to know
Right.
like some of the stuff that led up like to what took place in the book. Like, but the plot I think was interesting with like the way that magic could be used differently, like blood magic, but the way that it could just be like with the mirror magic and with all the different ways that they could kind of like incorporate it. And I thought like the whole like being able to hear the magic was so unique. The whole bee situation.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. I really thought it was a very interesting world altogether, because I've never really read a book with like magic books before. So it was kind of cool to read it from a different perspective. Instead of being inside the world of a story with magic, you kind of get like the urban way of it, which I thought was pretty cool.
Especially with like the way blood magic is used. Because in the book, spoiler alert, there are only certain people with this magic blood, so to speak, that can create spells and things like that. So that was really cool. Like, reminded me of, I don't know if anyone else has read A Darker Shade of Magic, because they use blood
I have not yet,
but not in this way. So that was pretty cool. Like a very unique type of magic, especially with the mirrors. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. I thought that was like a very unique, very unique way to kind of like pull some things together.
Right.
It was giving me low-key the Atlas 6 vibes a little bit. I think it was with like the dark academia vibes. And with like kind of like how people have certain abilities, but like not everybody can do the same thing.
Right.
And so like it gave me like not necessarily like plot the same, but like it was just giving me some of those vibes when I was reading it, that I was like, okay, like interesting. But I agree. I think like the whole mirror aspect was very like it was fun. I will say though, like the synopsis, I feel like did not give me I don't know when I read the synopsis what I ended up getting. I feel like I got that, and I guess just like much more than I bargained for. Like when I first got introduced to like Nicholas and Collins and like that whole other side.
Where did they come from?
Yeah,
I was like,
what's
happening here?
I was wondering the same thing. I even said something to Ray, like, this synopsis is a little bit misleading.
It's very much a misleading synopsis.
Do you want to pop in camera view?
I like how it says an edge of your seat thriller. I mean, like maybe not to that extent.
Everybody, say hi to Raymond.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, Ray.
I just got back from unpacking stuff, but it was the synopsis did not really do the book any. It doesn't do any favors, actually. I don't think. It's just slightly misleading.
What did you rate it, Ray?
I would have rated the book 4 stars, 4 out of 5.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he had some time to ruminate on it a little bit, because originally he said 5 stars with the way that it ended. And then he must have changed his mind after thinking about
I'll explain. In part, it took a bit for the book to build up. For me, like, the beginning, I don't know, it was kind of boring to begin with, and then, like, it just took off, and I was like, okay.
Right.
And that's why I would give it 4 stars, because I like books that, like, catch my attention and keep me, like, right from the go.
Ooh.
A lot of
Same,
times.
right? Same.
What?
I said same, right? Because the
Yeah. So I'm not sure I'm gonna finish this book, Amanda. And then I kept reading, and eventually I'm like, okay, now I can't put it down. And I finished it yesterday while we were out and about.
Nikki says, "Hi, Ray."
Hi, Nikki.
And Clint says, "Hey, Ray."
Hey. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that aspect.
I love that we all rated it the same. We all feel the same about the plot.
How crazy! I feel like I've never been a part of a live show where like everybody was like,
Across the board,
same.
yeah.
Yeah,
And not in a bad way.
yeah, not in
Which
a
is
bad
good.
way. Yeah.
Like it was, I still thought it was like a good story. I just thought there could have been like maybe some more world building, maybe some more like interaction with like other people. It's concentrated on the same characters the whole way through for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how like it came when Nicholas and Collins finally met up with Esther, but I kind of wish there was like more of like instead of introducing them to the way that they did, I wish they were like already a part of the book in the beginning. If that
Nicholas,
makes any sense.
you said you wish Nicholas was a part of it from the beginning?
Yeah, like if he's gonna be a part of the story anyway, I feel like it should have been in the synopsis and start him in the beginning with the other characters. I thought.
Yeah. Didn't he come in pretty early?
I think it was like chapter 3, 4.
Yeah.
Really early. Maybe they just wanted us to understand a little bit of
I think
the
I mean,
sisters.
True.
I'm not sure how. So like the description of the library and stuff, like, you know how all these things came to be. Some of the things she put in the chapters, I think, some of her order of things, I think, could have been a little bit different. Of like why Richard did what he did, or why a lot of the characters did. They could have. I think she could have done that stuff differently rather than having the explanation so like drug out in the book. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Nikki says, "I am glad you're able to finish it, right?"
Yeah, me too.
I honestly thought at first when he was talking, like, well, we were kind of like he started reading it before me, and then after I got into it, he kind of slowed down, and he's like, "This is kind of slow."
Yeah.
And then when I started getting into it, I'm like, "This is kind of slow."
Yeah.
At least the start of it. That's why part of why I gave it 4 stars because of the way it started. Usually I like my books to have like a little bit of a more action, I guess you could say, right from the get-go. That's what really draws me into a story, especially like whatever the first line's going to be. Like it has to be like a heck of a line to get you into it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I love a good first line.
Right?
Did you guys cover
Coho? Like I know she's not like fantasy, but she's like the queen of that like first line of being like, what?
Pull you in right away.
Yeah.
And we have some more questions. So next one. Who was your favorite character and why?
I know me and Dana have the same answer.
Yeah. Okay, you say it, Karina.
Our favorite character was Sir Collins, Nicholas's bodyguard.
Oh.
He just had like the comedic humor.
Yeah.
And the little sprinkle of romance was very cute.
Because I am such a romance girly at heart, and so I needed that.
Right.
I needed it. I was like, please make this happen. I know you're not into audiobooks, Amanda, but the audiobook, like Colin, his Boston accent.
Oh yeah,
Boston. Like it was
they totally did it.
Yeah. It was. I agree with Karina though. He had like such good comedic timing because like it's like I don't want to say the writing was dry, but it's like a lot of the characters were very like Joanna was so like introverted and just like so I think like so chill, and Esther I think was just like
extroverted and very much outgoing.
Yeah, and just like really like trying to be like mysterious but very protective, and Nicholas was just like dying and then diddy bopping. Like, I mean, like he was like he was down bad. And I feel like Collins really like I feel like Collins put the book on his back and carried it with his like
Right.
Like it was we were talking about it, the scene where he when Esther was like, was it answering a phone call?
Oh, she talked to Pearl for the first time.
Oh yeah, after all the events.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, put it on speakerphone.
Yeah, I remember that. I laughed at that part.
Yeah,
and he wanted even with the email that
Pearl
had sent her originally, like after she left, he was like, "Go ahead and let us read it too." Basically,
yeah.
And I was like, "I would do the same."
Don't stop typing. Let's see where this goes.
Like, tell us your reply out loud as you're typing.
Yeah,
Well,
he was my
I
favorite.
think one of my favorites, even though he had no dialogue because he was a dog, Sir Kiwi. I adore that little dog.
Yeah. What do you picture? Like, I don't remember if it was described what kind of dog it was, but it was like he was white, obviously, and like a little
I
fluffy.
think they did describe the dog a little bit, but I don't remember what they said.
I
It was
can't
like
that.
it was very similar to like a poodle or doodle or something like that. Something close to
One
it.
of those little dogs.
Yeah, it was a little dog
Yeah.
that yips instead of barks.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be small.
Even like with the dog, like when Nicholas, like when Collins was like telling Nicholas, like, we've got to leave, like you're not safe here, we've got to go. And
Yeah.
Nicholas was like,
Right.
okay, but we have to bring, the dog.
Yes.
And Collins said, duh. Like I was like,
Like, who's gonna leave the dog behind?
Right.
You don't do that.
Right.
Who was
yeah.
Ray's favorite? Did Ray answer?
Did you say what your favorite was, Ray?
Oh, ooh. I like Joanne to be priced second, but
she was my second favorite as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like Esther to a certain degree, but I don't really have a favorite, I guess is the answer. I guess if I had to be Esther, then Joanne. Maybe.
I thought Esther was strong in the sense that she had to leave her family behind with like really no explanation. Like her father just said every November, whatever day, 5th or something like that, she has to keep moving for 24 hours. Like, I'm sorry, I would not do that personally.
Like, they were both manipulated at the end of the day. Both girls were manipulated, and that's not cool. But I mean, I understand why they did it. It doesn't mean,
I just want to know, did anybody else have this thought? Okay, so when I was reading it, and like they were saying, like the spell was only good for that one day. Like, I understand why it was like, okay, don't live with your sister because like then she's at risk. Like, again, that's such a tough thing, but like even as she was out, like living her life, she literally could have established like a full-blown life and just traveled that one day.
Right.
Yeah. Like, if you want to be crazy, like the day before and the day after, take a 72-hour like trip.
Right.
And
just there's so many different things she could have done.
Yeah, it's like she could have still lived like a very established and like
normal life
in fulfilling life.
Those vacation days,
Yeah, just take like 3 days off a year, sis, and like travel around. And then you can, once the spell's over and they can't track you, you can literally
go back
home or to wherever she's like built this life. So I thought that was like,
that was kind of weird.
I think sometimes when like things like that happen, I know that, you know, for the sake of like plot and like the book, sometimes you have to like suspend your belief. But like, I don't know, I wish there would have been something thrown in about why she couldn't stay in the same place year after year.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like, if they can only track you for those 24 hours, it was like you literally don't have to give up your entire life for 24 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy to me. But hey.
Right? Like I didn't understand why they would put like they would have her leave home at like the young age that she was and just like be gone from like her sister's life or
But I wonder
like
though, thinking about it, because in the book as a teenager, even she kind of like, you know, I can't, maybe this was discussed in the book, but like she was very much Joanne was probably more around the family, whereas she was like more outgoing with, different boys. Some as teenagers would, but like her leaving, like was any of the, I mean, I know she left because of the whole thing, but like some of it she could have chosen too, though, to some degree, because she chose to go all the way to Antarctica out of all places.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of, for the sake of the plot, like I understand why she left so early, because it was at a certain age that spell could work on her to be able to fight.
Yeah.
And so it's like she had to leave. And I think the other thing too is that like she just like wholeheartedly, like I think believed in what her dad was saying, even if she
like
liked
surface
it.
level.
Yeah, like I think she just really believed that like he's telling me the truth, even if I don't understand exactly why.
Yeah.
Like why me being here would cause my sister to, you know, be in danger. But I think that was also like in somewhat of like a misguided way. I think that was her dad's way of protecting her too, of like not letting her know she had the ability to be a scribe. I think because what if, you know, she accidentally tells the wrong person, or she does something that like causes herself or somebody else harm. I think I think it was almost like that idea that ignorance is bliss, that if she doesn't know she has that capability, you know, then it keeps her safer. So it's like I get why she had to be younger, you know, because of like the spell could find her. But I think the thing though that I still just can't get over is like, why not take a family trip on those 24 hours?
Right?
I mean, like, don't be wrong, I know that then the wards wouldn't work, but like if nobody knew that you were capable of doing these things, why why hidden, you know? So like I've got questions.
Yeah, they only communicated when she sent a postcard, so she never like talked to Joanna those 10 years that she was gone.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
And that was
but you know, maybe we'll get answers. Maybe
it was a strong debut, but I think there are definitely like holes in the plot for sure.
Yeah, which takes us to who is your least favorite character and why?
What's his name?
What's his name? Russell?
Richard?
Richard
Russell.
Richard,
yeah.
Uncle Richard, he could catch these hands any day of the week.
I knew he was sus.
Yeah. It's like he gave the ick. Like he gave the ick vibe for sure. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think why is he's an ick, and
majorly.
Like talk about a master manipulator, honestly. You know,
would be one of my least favorites, but Isabel to me to a degree too, because some of the choices she made are questionable in my opinion.
Yeah. I think like somewhat of her redeeming quality is that she understood that she was not in a place to be a very present mother, and that she did not hold, I think like again, like one of her redeeming qualities is that she didn't hold Esther back necessarily from like, you know, like being like, yeah, okay, you're gonna live with your dad because I'm not about it, you know, instead of being like, because sometimes people struggle with that pride of just being like, I don't want to be a mom, or I don't want to be this parent, but
Right.
nobody's taking you from me, you know. Whereas like I think her redeeming quality is that she gave her a chance to live her life, and then I think kind of like brainwashed them to an extent of like with her certain phrases that she would say, so that
Yeah.
like, you know, when she
Yeah.
said them when it was go time with the gun, you know, like they knew how to like kind of spring into action.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean she's definitely unlikable, I think, to an
Yeah.
extent,
I
but for
really did not like her.
Richard definitely wins my top spot, but she was also on my list of people that.
yeah, I'm really
Especially when we
interested
found out she was
in her.
actually Isabella or Isabel.
Yeah, I would love
That
to
was a
hear.
weird twist.
Yeah, and even when she said like, do you regret it? And how it's like a double-ended question of like, do you regret the library? Like what happened here? Do you regret like leaving me? When Esther asked her that,
Yeah.
and it was just like, I kind of, as irritating as she was, like in certain ways, I kind of loved like her honesty of like, I don't know, like I'm figuring that out, and you know, maybe I can answer for that, you know, like at another time.
Yeah.
She basically said like, let's circle back on this whole motherhood thing. Um, but yeah, I would be interested in like a prequel with like her and her family, because like even though Abe like fell in love with her, she was very, I think from the beginning, she was already like very um like selfish and like very self-serving when it came to like her family
Yeah.
and all of that. And so I think it's interesting as to like how how her and Abe like fell in love, and how she kind of like, it was almost like she was like tricking herself into thinking that she could have this like domesticated life with Abe for a second, and then it was like, LOL, no, I've got to go. Like,
Right.
I gotta go my own way.
I mean, she chose the library over them
Yeah.
right up until. Anyways, yeah.
Right. No wonder it's so painful for Abe to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I also think like they already had kind of like that plan between like Isabel and Abe and Cecily, like to kind of like keep Esther in the dark of things. And so I think like he couldn't talk about her because like you can't, because if you tell her like, oh, your mom is just in the UK, like she's gonna get very curious. But if you tell her like, you know,
She's
your mom's
gone.
gone,
Don't forget
you
about
know,
the spell too that they all that silence spell that kind of bound them, and we
Wow.
don't.
The NDA.
I'm not sure if it's quite discussed how much that prohibited Ave or.
Mm.
well, like
Yeah.
Cecily, like she was under it, and then when she was like, I need to get into the house, like, and she read that spell, like that's what released Isabel, and then finally being able to like say something.
Right.
Why
Yeah.
it's like it was gonna go down
Mhm.
worse than it did.
At first, I didn't like Cecily, thinking she was up to no good at first.
Mm.
Well, you're led to believe. That's what you're led to.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I said I originally didn't like her, because I thought she was going to set fire to them again, to the books.
Mm.
Because apparently, in the book, it says that she actually tried to light the books up on fire.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't dislike her for that, because I just felt like she had a real reason. Because I think for somebody like, well, yeah, like, you know, for somebody that loves the books and has like magical abilities in some way, like I think for like all of those things, like for her to, in my mind, I think I was just telling myself like she had to have a reason
Yeah.
as to why. And I felt like it couldn't have been a small reason. I think like in my mind, I just kept telling myself there has to be something much bigger at play here.
Yeah, that Joanna didn't know about, apparently.
Yeah, that like none of them, you know.
I fell into the trap of. I was very much against her at that time, so I guess I got caught up in the book.
Happens to the best of us, right?
It does.
That's what books do to you.
Yeah.
They do.
That's how you know the writing's good, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. And so we touched on this topic a little bit because Dana already kind of already told us her answer.
Mhm.
But
If this turns into a series, would you continue?
yeah,
Yes.
I would.
Yeah, I would love to learn
Has that
more
been
about
discussed
the world.
anywhere? Does anyone know? Like, she's clearly laid the groundwork for a series, though.
Right.
But when
Yeah.
I haven't looked into it, but on Goodreads it doesn't say that it's the first in the series or anything like that. But
I know I read. I think I even sent the link to you and Amanda. There was a thing that I think she works at a college or something. The author as like a professor, so she gets to explore a lot of these
Actually, I could tell you because I have the book right here. It should say in the back.
things that she enjoys.
Oh, wow.
Like she gets to explore the themes of the books that she enjoys through her work too.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says her work has been published in journals such as Plowshares and Missouri Review, Uncanny Magazine, Strange Horizons, and American Short Fiction. She's gotten awards, like a World Fantasy Award for short fiction, and Henry Prize. I can't talk today. NEA Fellowship in Prose.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
she definitely leaves it open to a continuation, which is cool.
Mhm.
Absolutely, yeah. I think also like it's kind of amazing that like somebody with their debut was able to get like a full blown like publishing deal, like Illumicrate picked it up. You know, it's just kind of like how
That's awesome.
it really, yeah, I was going to say, it's like this really kind of popped off for her very much so. I'm trying to see if I can find online if she's gonna.
Because it's hard to get publishers to like. I mean, of course, anyone can publish their own stuff on Amazon. So, but if you're trying to get a publisher to pick you up, I don't think that that's a very easy thing. I would imagine it's very competitive.
Most likely.
I would imagine. I just want to find out. Like such a cliffhanger type of thing, you know, and then you're just kind of like, well,
Yeah.
Definitely let us know if you find anything.
I will.
What's the next question, Amanda?
Next question. Oh wait, I saw a comment from Clint. Just want to say I love watching you three discuss this. This is an amazing discussion. This is definitely making me want to get a copy and read this now.
Yay.
You definitely recommend it.
Yeah. Especially if you read it, let us know your thoughts.
For sure.
Because I really enjoyed the story, for sure. Just think, I wasn't like in love with it. Like I don't know if I like reread it again, but I did really enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll read it. Sorry, go.
I leave it into a reread personally because I feel like rereads, you know, you pick up on certain things, and I enjoyed it enough to reread it in the future. Like not anytime soon, but like down the road for sure.
The only way I see myself rereading it is if we have to wait a long time for either another book in the series. Yeah, because then I'm going to be like, well, crap, I need a refresh.
Right?
The refresh little noggin, you know?
For sure.
And the next question, would you read more from this author if she put out a completely different story?
Yes.
I think I would give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't like it, I'll just stop reading it.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, I would give it a little whirl. I'd give her a try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I would probably read more if I think she'd be good at doing a YA book. Because in some aspects, this book kind of read to me like a YA, even though I don't think it's supposed to be. But it sounded like it to me.
Yeah, I think it's more like new adult.
Coming into being an adult.
Yeah, I think it's a new adult vibe for sure. I would love if she would give us like a little whatever she does right next. If she could sprinkle a little more romance in there, like I'd be happy.
I think she would be good at like a gothic dark academia YA. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Emma, if you're here in the chat.
We have ideas for you, Emma. Let us know.
Right.
Next question. What was your favorite part of the book and why?
Oh. There were some few moments. One of my favorite parts, I think, was when we found out that Miss Esther is a scribe. That was fun.
Yeah.
It
It
and
gave
that's
Lightning Wielder vibes. If anybody knows what I'm talking about.
What is that?
I said it gave Lightning Wielder vibes. If anybody.
Mm.
You're talking about the fourth wing?
Yes.
I thought so.
Possibly. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Right, because then it kind of allowed some puzzle pieces to like, make sense.
Yeah.
And like why she does, in fact, why she was told she has to move. I think back to like our earlier question, her dad basically only telling her that she has to keep moving.
Yeah.
Like a certain amount of period. Like he didn't give her specifics. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite parts is Karina and I kind of like talked about this yesterday, actually. The truck scene.
Oh yeah.
Because I think like a lot of the story of like how we were saying, it's like those first, like 12 or 13 years of their life, like they were a close family. Like, like they were so like did things together and really loved each other. And then to go from like such a strong dynamic to just such a breakdown of like Esther's gone, the parents get divorced, and then kind of like Joanna turns into low-key like this little like hermit,
Yeah.
It's like I think that there was just like such a intense shift that happened in their family that truck scene was really nice because I think it really like brought them back to like that mindset of like much happier times in a time where they felt safe, like before they really knew of like this world where people were out to get them,
like blissful youth.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. But I do have like some of my favorite quotes.
Okay.
I think Ray's like, I'm ready to hear these quotes.
Yeah, me too.
I only highlighted 3, like I didn't go hard in the paint. But there was one that I thought was like really just like deep, where it says, "Cold was easier to bear when you'd never been warm." I was just thought like, wow, that's very, very,
that was a very deep one.
And then the other 2 are very much just like my little romance heart. When Collins looked at Joanna and he said, "Everything here is beautiful." It took me out. And then when he said, "Welcome to ye old merry England. How was baby's first plane ride?" I said,
yeah, that was cute.
I would be interested if there was a sequel, like how their romance would play out.
That would be cute.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I would
totally read that.
And he was like ready to be a tour guide for her in England.
Yes.
That's cute.
Love it.
I don't know. I think my favorite part was when they finally overpowered Richard in the end.
Yeah. What a vivid scene with like talking about like his skin sallowing and like
that whole scene. Let's talk about. I wasn't gonna bring it up for you, but I will. It's probably one of my favorite parts in the book, but it's one of the most grossest parts in the book.
Yeah.
The description of like what happens physically to him.
Yeah, it was vivid. It was like intense. It was like, okay,
right? You were actually in the car with my dad at the time he was listening to it.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm totally talking to Amanda about my feelings during that part, and it was not. No.
It was something, that's for sure.
That's for sure, yes.
Megan says, I haven't read this yet. I've been contemplating getting it from Book of the Month, but still trying to decide. I think you should.
Yeah, if you enjoyed like a slower, I think like a slower paced fantasy.
Yeah, it's
We
very,
give it a whirl.
very like quiet. Is what I like to say.
And Nikki says, hopefully this discussion will help you make a decision, Megan.
Yeah,
Hopefully it does.
I love the purple cover too.
It was nice to
And-
see you in the chat though, Megan. I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Same. I'm so glad she decided to join.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite part and why?
When the uncle
takes
was
some
like
thought.
scheduling these fake incidents for Nicholas to like keep being scared, you know, stay in his little bubble of or like his little sheltered life. Like that's rude.
Yeah. My least favorite part is gonna be so inconsequential. But my least favorite part was that Colin's real name was Nicholas. I didn't
Oh gosh, yeah, that was
Yeah, I thought that was kind of like
that
kind of
was
weird.
I didn't like that. I thought
reason
that
for
was
that.
absolutely stupid.
I feel like the author just did not do that. Was not create.
Not
That
creative
was not very
whatsoever.
creative to do.
Like
that.
it would have been better in my mind if he was just you know, what's your real name? And he said Jim. Like that would have been better to me than like Nicholas. Your name's my name? Like that was not
Pointless.
yeah, did not that was
Yeah,
not
I'm like,
Anticlimactic.
yes. I was just like,
Yeah.
I would have
it
honestly
really was.
I would have rather never known his first name.
Yeah.
Like to know
Like, I would rather not know than know that like he has the same name as
Yeah.
Nicholas. Like
It would have
what?
been better if he had the same name as his uncle. Like that would have been a little more fun.
yeah, like
That would have been like what?
yeah, I would have liked it better if his name would have been Collins. Like
Right?
Anything would have.
I
been
would have
better.
loved that.
he could have said his name was Tree Stump, and I would have enjoyed that. I did not like that.
Or Sir Kiwi Collins.
Kiwi, yeah.
Man.
Honestly.
Isn't that the name of the dog?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I like it so much because I love that name, Sir Kiwi. I just think that's so adorable. Megan, I miss you, ladies. School is back in session, so my life has been hectic and busy. I'm sure Dana can relate. Oh,
Dana can, girl. Like it's been so crazy. And the craziest part is we are coming up like at our school, like we are coming up so close to our first 9 weeks being over. And to think to be like a quarter of the way through is absolutely crazy.
Wow.
And it still feels like I'm drowning. So Megan, I'm sending you good vibes, sis, because yikes. It's rough out there.
Nikki says not tree stump.
Anything. I would have taken anything more
Yeah.
than this.
She could have
That
just
would be fun.
never told us. She probably would have been better off not telling us.
Honestly, I would have preferred never knowing.
You know?
right? That would have been more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
especially
a
when that was like
mystery.
one of the first things he told him when his
Yeah.
NDA broke. Okay.
I think I did mine. Do we? That's the end of my questions, but I think Dana might have some questions. Possibly.
I did not.
Because I know we were talking last night. You said you're going to try and think of some.
Oh, I just thought your questions were good. My bad.
So I have a question for everybody here.
Yeah.
And it's not related to this book, I will admit that. But as we all know, in November, the next book in the Fourth Wing, the
Iron
Iron
Flame.
Flame is coming out.
Uh-huh.
Would we want to do that? Excuse me, Amanda, would you want to do that?
Do what?
Like a buddy read or something with that, maybe?
Oh.
Buddy read? Well, I already had another book picked up for the book club.
Oops.
Because
Okay.
I did a whole video dedicated to the rest of the books for the rest of this year.
Hmm.
However, we could probably do like I don't know.
Like a secondary
small.
option or something?
Well, but I could always have a second option for those that aren't interested in the other option.
That could be a good idea. Because, that one's going to take the world by storm. Like,
Right?
Including us.
Unless I decide to replace the book with Iron Flame. I mean, I already have it on pre-order, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm ready. I'm going to do a reread.
Say
Again, a Fourth Wing.
However, I think Clint was excited for that one. But maybe I could have Iron Flame as a second one. We could do 2 different live shows. One about the one that I planned on. Then Iron Flame was like a whole different live show.
That'll be.
Doesn't have to be the same day, but sure, we could think of something.
That'd be cool.
If anybody who's watching and listening, would you all be interested?
Because I don't.
that book is definitely going to take the world by storm.
Yeah,
For sure. Megan says, yes, us too, Dana. End of first quarters in 2 weeks. I'm just like, now?
I really, truly cannot even understand how we are this far in the school year already, because I really, truly feel like it just started, which I guess is great. We're moving along.
Better forward than backwards.
Yeah, thank God. Closer to Christmas break.
Yeah.
Clint says, if y'all read Iron Flame instead, that's fine. You can read the other book another time. Because I didn't even think about that when I first set up the book club. When I didn't even think about Iron Flame.
It's funny. I said yesterday, I was like, Amanda should have did Fourth Wing for October and then Iron Flame for November. Because that's
why did I think of that?
Real, yeah.
I didn't think is what was my problem. Nikki says,
or you could do. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was just saying. Nikki said I will be reading it regardless, so I'm down.
What were you saying, Karina?
I was gonna say you can do like a dual live show for both books in the series.
Ooh, I like the idea. I like the way you think. Clint says, "Do Iron Flame."
All right, Iron Flame, we just shoot.
All right, we might put off that other book, Clint, because I think Iron Flame is a consensus. We can always do that book another month next year. Very true. Maybe January. Because I already have book planned all the way until the end of this year.
I was like, Clint should join you for the live show on that one.
Yeah, for sure. It was super cheap on Amazon. It was like $3 and change for that one.
Love a deal. That's exciting.
I don't know if it still is, but I mean that's just the price for the paperback. It was a really good deal.
Yeah, honestly.
Clint says if I could get my hands on Fourth Wing for November, I'll at least try that.
You haven't read it yet, Clint?
What?
Mm-mm.
I can't believe he hasn't read it yet.
I figured everyone's read Fourth Wing by
Dang,
now.
Clint, you're behind the times.
Oh, man.
It's funny because Amanda, I think you're the reason I got into reading.
Yeah, I read it first before I read. I'm like, right, you have to read this.
Like, it's so good.
Right?
And it was.
No, I haven't. Is what Clint says.
That's pretty straightforward there. Does he
Well, then we'll say nothing about it.
No spoilers. At least not currently. Until we've all read it. So that means, Clint, you got a book to read.
No pressure.
Because Fourth Wing is so good. Yes, it is.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, we've read it a few times already, so.
Yeah.
You read it more than once?
I've read it once.
You read books like no one's business, right?
In November.
See, there aren't very many books that I can say I've honestly like. Well, it's not necessarily like the Harry Potter books. I've read them 1,000 times. But like, if I think about books that I've reread, I'm not sure how many that actually is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that says about.
I love rereading books.
Right?
I do like a reread.
Clint says it took me until this year to read Legends and Lattes, which everyone read last year. So yeah, I'm behind the times. Have you seen my October TBR video? Because there's a book on there that I'm way behind the times on that book.
Yikes.
You put TV up yesterday, right?
Yep. October TBR went up yesterday.
I got to finish watching it. I know I started it.
Mhm.
So I won't get to that.
Who wants to be an adult and actually do adult stuff, right?
Nobody. It's an ick.
Adulting sucks.
Literally the worst.
I used to have a cup that says adulting is hard. I don't know whatever happened to it, but
But it is. Clint says, hell, I already want to reread Say You Swear.
Oh yeah, that one really had Clint by chokehold.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Clint says, I saw Amanda. Love Beautiful Creatures, book 1. Yep, I am way behind on the times on that series. It was so popular, several years ago, back when it first came out. It even got turned into a movie. And then I never read the books or saw the movie, but I own the series. So I need
Relatable.
to
Well, not with that series. I don't have any interest in that. Sorry.
Do you guys have any questions or anything about the book of Ink Blood Sister Scribe you want to tack on?
I also do want to say that I like how simplistic the title is, but it says summarizes the whole thing.
I said the same thing to Ray. Literally, I'm like, this title is exactly what
Sisters of Scribe.
Yeah,
it almost gives the book away.
Because ink blood is the type of ink. The blood is the type of ink they use in the books,
right?
And then Sister Scribe because Esther, the sister, is a scribe.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
but you don't know that until you read it. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, no, I do like the title. I think the title was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I never was able to get the title right for days and days and days, and
you still can't get it right.
Apparently today's the only day I'm gonna get it.
We just use the acronym.
Say it 3 times fast.
No.
I mean,
I hated book 2 though. Love the movie. Oh yeah, Beautiful Creatures. Yeah, I need to catch up on that. I love when titles do that. Yeah, it's a tongue twister, all right.
Yeah. A mouthful.
Ink Plus is subscribe, Ink Plus is subscribe, Ink Plus is subscribe.
Yeah, those last 2 S's. We'll get to.
I don't know if we have anything else to add, but I do have a random spinner wheel ready for the giveaway.
Oh, yay.
Ooh.
I've only included the names that I've seen in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Clint, Nikki, Kaylani, and Megan.
Yay.
How exciting.
Nikki says, oh, fun. Yep. Who doesn't love a giveaway? You guys actually gave me the idea from the Sweeney Readers, so I thought I'd do something similar. So the winner of this drawing will be a $10 Amazon gift card to get you at least one good book that you can read for this coming up month for spooky season. And we will spin the wheel.
Let's go.
How exciting.
I think you have to spin it actually.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. And it wouldn't pay attention.
Who is it?
Megan.
Megan. Woo!
So good job, Megan. If you're still here, I know I have you as a friend on Discord, so I will send you a message and get your email from you.
Wow, that is so awesome.
Thanks for joining, Megan. Look at this.
Yeah. Wow.
Awesome.
Hey, Megan.
We always love a giveaway. Yes, we do.
Exactly.
Congrats, Megan. More congrats to Megan.
Yay.
So if you're still here, Megan, I will message you on Discord.
How exciting.
She's here.
Yay! Yeah.
OMG, yay, I never win anything.
Oh,
Aw.
even more good vibes coming your way.
Right? Oh, I'm glad I'm able to make somebody's day. Thank you. I'm excited.
Megan,
We're
do you
excited for you?
Megan, if you have a wish list, can you send it to me on Instagram?
Huh?
I said, if Megan, if you have a wish list, can you send me the little link on Instagram?
Yes.
And Nikki says, "Aw, you won. Look at you hanging out with us and winning." Hey, Megan, I think this is a clue. Come to more live shows.
At this point, we've got 1 million between like Amanda and
Yeah.
all of us, and our book clubs, and Clint's book clubs. There's
Right?
It's
There's
almost
a
like a
ton.
community.
A
In
lot
a
of
way.
book talks going around.
a lot,
Yeah.
And to look forward to.
which is exciting.
Good job, Megan.
Very.
And we hit like every type of genre. It feels like
Honestly, yes.
a well-rounded variety.
I know we pretty much covered the book, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to add about random book news in the world or.
So what is next? I know you put the video out, so I should probably know it. But what is next month's book?
Yes, the next book for October is Stealing Infinity by Alison Noel. I thought there was more fantasy in it than there actually was. I mean, there is a little bit. I mean, there's time travel.
Did you
Yeah.
read it already?
I have not. I have not read this yet, but it sounds really good.
Well, Goodreads shelves it like the number one shelf it's put on is fantasy. So
Yeah.
it gives
Might
it
I
a
assume
vibe.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus it's in this academy called Grey Wolf Academy.
Ooh,
And there's time travel. So I'm interested. I
interesting.
like time travel.
Yeah.
And it's a YA book.
So it's
So I think this is going to be fun. So if you guys are interested, I would love for you guys to join along and read with me.
But I don't know if I'll be able to get to October.
No,
Seen my TBR.
I don't think you want to know how many books are on my hopefuls.
I was okay. I'm at like 50.
oh my gosh! For October?
Yeah.
We're ambitious, okay?
Because like, I mean, last night alone, I think I added 10 books.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I might be over 50 now, actually.
Oh, yeah, we got book shopping to do on Tuesday, girl.
Yeah, I have a list.
At
I'm
least you're
excited.
prepared.
The main reason why I want to go this Tuesday specifically, Sword Catcher by Cassandra Clare is coming out that day.
Okay.
And I have to have it.
I have a
I'm so
little
excited.
list for myself on ones that I want to get that are at least 3 of them for sure are okay with my book buying ban. So because they're books that I am actively reading the series and I'm all caught up, so I just need the next one, and so those don't count. On the
Right?
So
It says, gotta love all the book clubs. Fantasy, thriller, romance, and MM romance.
Yep.
Who doesn't?
all over.
Megan, Amanda, I haven't watched your recent TBR video yet. Did you play a game to pick your TBR? I did probably earlier in the year, and I know with my August TBR, Dana was in that video with me, and she helped me with these new deck of cards that came out. I'm calling it the Penguin deck of TBR. So when I get back into using those cards again, I will put it on the title of my video. But Dana helped me use them to pick my books for the month of August for the Amazing Readathon. So Dana was a huge help with that. And she did a great job because I pretty much read, every single book? Plus a few others?
You did a great job. You
And
that was a lot of books.
I remember when they were picking out the books. Dana's like, you had some very intense prompts, so to speak.
And I have the most intricate prompts. I was like,
I did research on those. I did a lot of research.
It
a
showed.
heck of a job.
Love that.
A heck of a job.
It's a huge deck.
Yeah.
That's
And I
very
do
much.
plan on using it again in December. Because November, my friend Janella, I think I might have her pick out my books for November.
Fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Dana knows Janelle because she used to work here with us.
Yep.
Be here with us. So that'll be fun. For October, though, I just did a pile of possibilities because I'm not normally a seasonal reader, but this time around, I thought I'd go for it and read all the spooky thriller, type books.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a pile of possibilities of stuff I might be reading. Might not be reading at all, but I will be reading quite a few.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
and this thumbnail for my October TBR is my favorite one that I've done. So please check out the thumbnail.
It was a cute thumbnail.
And Clint says all of our TBRs are ridiculous. For real. Nikki's just so happy for you, Amanda, and your kickoff to your book club. Yay! Woohoo! I wish I had confetti.
Who would be picking it up?
Clint, the vacuum would. Clint says, congratulations on a great live show for your book club, Amanda. Here's to many, many more. Absolutely. Especially when we do Iron Flame, because I'm going to do another video where I talk about I'm switching my November book to Iron Flame.
Very nice.
We have to switch
Get more people interested.
November one too.
Yeah.
Right? Something about November.
Megan says, yes, I've seen you use those cards you're using for October too. Nope. Pile possibilities this time around, but you will see them in December.
Yeah.
And Nikki says, nice to see you, right? Glad you could join in.
Thanks.
I'm glad he could too.
I'm glad we made it in time.
Right? We were almost late.
Yeah, I'm glad
Culver's. I swear, Culver's takes forever.
Oh, delicious though. Oh man.
Right? I can only eat their fries. I can't really eat anything else.
I got their pork loin sandwich. I hope it's good when I get to it.
Yeah.
Megan says, oh, okay, gotcha. That's fun. Yep, it will be. I'm excited. Clint says, hell, I think I've added like 10 more books to my TBR. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Right? Then he also says, cool, remove Southwind from the cart for next year. Yep. We might be doing that one in January. So keep it nearby. And I don't know if all of you guys will be able to join in for Stealing Infinity, but hopefully we get some people. I'm hoping. It'll be really boring if I do a live show all by myself.
You're not doing a live.
I'll be in the chat, hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll have time to read it, but
Yeah,
I'm excited to hear you talk about it.
Even if it's an audiobook, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Well, try to squeeze it in.
I'll be honest with you.
Promises.
Those the 50 books that are looking at you right now.
They're like, we can't promise it. Sorry, dude.
Well, I know you have Stay Spooky-a-thon. We got Clown in the Cornfield coming up.
Yep.
Well, even if it's just you and Ray, like I'll be in the chat.
I'll say I will watch
it.
it.
Hear you guys. Yeah.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stay Spooky-a-thon. I'm glad that you're participating.
Shameless plug. Stay Spooky-a-thon with Dana and Nikki.
Yeah.
I will put it in the description.
Yay.
And it's a big bingo board for those that don't know. And you could either fill the whole board or just do a line. I'm just going to do a line. However, since today's October 1st, I did get my first fall drink.
Oh,
today.
Yeah.
As it drips on my laptop.
Oh no, that's terrible.
And it's very, very good, by the way.
Don't let it drip.
It's like an apple. It tastes like a caramel apple.
Oh, nice. That sounds good.
Yeah, it has like cinnamon in it, and I added salted caramel cold foam made out of coconut milk since I'm dairy free, so they can make cold foam out of coconut milk. So I did that with the salted caramel, and added a bunch of caramel to it. It's so good.
That sounds yummy.
And Clint says, "Yay for all the spooky books! Woohoo! I love spooky. I do plan on watching hopefully some scary movies because I love paranormal movies, especially."
Yeah, I really want to watch my baby Ghostface, watch some Scream, and I would also like to watch, kind of go through and watch all of the Halloween movies. So we can highlight Nikki's man, Michael.
Of course. And
I'll be right back.
Clint
Sorry.
says I'm shooting for a blackout. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Go, Clint. You can do it.
I'm shooting for a blackout too. Since like I would love to be able to do like a book for each prompt. That's the goal, but
Right.
definitely like feel free to double, triple, quadruple up, like
Yeah.
whatever. It's just for the
That's
fun.
true.
Just for
I am definitely going to be putting an Exodus and the finish line in there somehow, some way.
you could, because like
Because the animal on the cover, you said.
animal on the cover,
5-star prediction.
5-star prediction. You could read it after dark.
Mhm.
True crime.
Honestly, it has the vibe, true crime vibe. You could even say like outside of the comfort zone, since romance is not like your really like where your preferred genre is lately.
Which one did I didn't hear that last one?
Outside of comfort zone, since because romance hasn't been something that's been your fave lately.
And Clown in the Cornfield will be a little bit out of my comfort zone because I don't usually like scary clowns. But that could fit for the group book and for that too.
I'm stressed about that.
I mean, I'm not really a scary clown kind of person. I mean, I love clowns, but like the fun kind. Like I said in my October TBR video.
The non-slasher ones.
And Nikki says, is that the clown drink? No, that is not the clown drink. However, the clown drink does sound really good. However, I can't have heavy cream because it's dairy. But if you try it, let me know and tell me what you think of it.
Yeah.
I think everyone should try it and report back to me.
I do want to try it.
Yeah, I want to try it. I just know that like
I also have some Nightmare Before Christmas ones. If you guys are interested in that.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Amanda has like every Starbucks recipe in her phone.
I love that. Please.
That's because someone I knew from high school, her name's Deanna. She has this Instagram called Starbiesdrinkideas.
Oh.
So that's where I get them all from because she's a barista at Starbucks as well.
Oh.
And I've known her from high school. So she that's how I found her through the Starbucks group on Facebook. And she recognized my name. I didn't realize who she was right away. And then I was like, oh yeah. I mean, we weren't really friends in high school, but I knew who she was. She looks so different now. She's lost a ton of weight. Her hair's completely different. But and she's got kids.
Thriving.
But I am excited. Like every time she puts out new pictures of recipes, I save them all, and then I there's a whole bunch of people I send recipes to.
Oh, sorry.
So if you guys are interested in like she does all kinds of themed drinks, you can also find her on Instagram if you'd rather. Because
You should link her in the description box or something.
Yep, I will shamelessly plug her in the description.
Yeah.
Check out all those cool fun drinks that she's got. And she's always putting out new ones. So it's always very fun to see what she comes up with next. And Nikki says she's going to be watching Insidious and The Conjuring. Speaking of Insidious, I still need to watch the new one. I haven't seen the new one yet. The Red Door. I need to see it.
Yeah, those stress me out. I can't watch those.
Those are wild. Yeah. Conjuring.
And I love the Conjuring universe. Absolutely.
Right. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I like a slasher, like a scary movie like that, but Insidious and The Conjuring just make me way too stressed. Like, but not in like a good fun way. But I just
yeah, it's
right.
Yeah.
And Halloween, of course, Nikki. That's your favorite. I did start Friday. She went Friday the 13th yesterday because I couldn't wait.
Love that.
I'm hoping to make Sterling watch all the Halloween movies with me.
Stunning.
Good luck. And Nikki says I'm reading The Finish Line soon because I had to reread for One Last Rainy Day. I know it was One Last Rainy Day was on Kaylani's TBR, I believe. Also, because I'm obsessed with watching all your guys' videos. So every time someone comes out, I have to watch it like right away.
As I say, I watch your videos as soon as I can too.
Literally, I was staying in my dad's like a little condo when yours came out, and my sister's boyfriend immediately put it on the TV for me so I could watch.
Oh,
Wow.
that's so cute.
That's
So
so
like, Ray, Dana's video's up. You have to watch it like now.
On the big screen.
Not me gonna blush. Thanks.
I'm obsessed with your videos, and I'm always so excited when a new one comes out.
Oh wow, thank you so much.
Hey, Karina, maybe you should do one too. No pressure.
What?
Actually, all the pressure.
I would watch your videos though, Karina, if you did.
Oh, thanks. I've been thinking. So we'll see.
I think it would be great.
I think so too. I hate clowns, and I think that's why I love clowns in the cornfield.
Oh my gosh, that makes me think of
Corn in a cornfield. We won't name the person, but somebody typed it out and they typed corn in a clown field, and we've never been the same.
the best title. That's even more horrifying if you think about it.
Honestly.
I want to hear more about the Nightmare Before Christmas drink. Actually, it's not just one. There's several. If you go to her Instagram, I'll link it in the description. She's got like themed drinks based off a whole bunch of characters. So she's Nightmare Before Christmas one. She's got one for like Sally, for who else? The skeleton guy.
Jack?
Yeah. And then some of the others too have themed drinks. Jack Skellington got one. Couple actually, and a bunch of other like she has so many themed stuff, but she does have quite a few different drinks based off Nightmare Before Christmas. I just mentioned it because I know how I think Dana and Nikki, I think Karina does too. They like that. I thought I saw one of you guys reading the book by Shay Earnshaw, I think it is.
Oh, the Pumpkin Queen.
Yeah, that one.
I have that, and I need to read it.
I've been wanting to read it.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet. I
Yeah.
don't have a copy, but
Well, let me
looking
know
at you, Libby.
Yeah, let me know when you want to read it, because I bought the physical copy to read.
It looks cute.
It does.
I haven't
It's like
read it, but
Vibes, perfect.
Yeah.
October vibes.
Might as well just add it.
I know.
Like, yeah.
also now I really want to watch the movie.
I could watch it right this second.
Wait, which movie? Nightmare? Oh, yeah, I can watch it right now.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've got a diamond painting for it. I can put my shirt on, watch the movie
Nice.
the grandest of times.
Speaking of diamond paintings, I just bought all my tools like the other day, so I should be getting them tomorrow.
Love
And
that.
I can start doing diamond paintings, which I'm very excited to do.
I'm excited to see what you got.
Yeah.
Well, I got the ones that you sent me, Karina, and then I have a Hocus Pocus movie poster I'm making for my friend Melissa because she loves Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I
And
saw
then-
that in your blog. It looks great.
So I'm gonna do that for her, and then I have another cute little beachy one that I got. I'm gonna try, but I think the Hocus Pocus one comes first because it's October, and well,
Big time.
yeah, perfect time. And Megan says Dana's real video is always great. She was cracking me up every time she congratulated herself over her tally marks.
Wow, thank you so much, Megan. Thank you for watching and supporting. It really means the world to me, honestly.
Seriously, I crack up at all her videos.
Wow, you guys are gonna make me think I'm a comedian. Thank you.
You are.
I'm surprised you're not a stand-up comedian.
I would crumble under the pressure.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You're so good at it, though.
Thank you so much.
Jack. Yes, Jack. I have Nightmare Before Christmas. We know Jack.
How
LOL.
fun.
Stunning.
What? I like. There's a lot of different spooky Disney movies that are out there on Disney Plus. There's a lot of good ones. I still want to see the new Haunted Mansion. I haven't seen the new one yet.
Yeah, it comes out on Disney Plus, I think, in the next couple of days, like available to actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was about to mention that, but Dana, I don't know the date, but I do remember that
Yeah,
it's
I
not so
looked at
far
it the
off.
other day and then completely forgot.
Well, I will be watching it sometime in October for sure because I really want to watch it.
It
I
comes out
love the original.
on the 4th.
On the 4th?
Mhm.
Ooh, Wednesday. We are watching it. I am very excited. And I love Hocus Pocus too. My 6-year-old daughter was so rude last year and watched the second one without me. Oh no.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that.
Well, it's on Disney Plus. You can
yeah.
watch it anytime. Oh, I also heard there's gonna be a third one.
They do leave it kind of like how they left the first one open, and then
Yeah.
finally made a second one. So hopefully it's not that long of a wait.
Right. Honestly, not another
Yeah.
20 years.
Well, if you saw the end credit at the end of the second one, it looked there was room for interpretation for possibly a third. So,
Cool.
and I heard they were making a third, like recently. So that could be really fun.
I would love that.
Mhm.
However, I've heard people say that the first one's way better than the second. I've heard a lot of people talk about that.
Wow.
I really like the second one. I mean, the first one's a classic, and I think that so it's hard every time that you try to add something so long,
Yeah.
when it was like out there. So the first one's like, that like classic, like spooky but not super scary Halloween movie that you can watch like, regardless of your age. But I think they did really good, honestly, with the second one. Like, I loved it.
And I can't wait to see everybody. I want to know what everybody's reading for next for spooky season, and then we will end the show. I just want to know what everyone is going to be reading for
Like first? Or
the
right now?
beginning of October to start off with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what do you plan on reading first for October?
I am in the middle of a cozy that is a host fave called Brownies and Broomsticks. Very cute. I'm just listening to the audiobook because it was on Hoopla, but very cutesy, cozy vibes for sure.
I do want to pick that one up because it's one of Nikki's favorites, and then Karina was like, "I'm gonna listen to it too," and then now I want to listen to it because I do love a cozy. But I do want to pick that one up. I don't know if I'm picking that one up like today, but I think I'm gonna start One of Us is Lying today, just to get the reread in, so that I can read One of Us is Back once I get it.
Right, nice. And I might possibly start with Home Before Dark.
Ooh,
You're right next to me.
one.
That's funny. I swear I'm a little bit psychic because want to know something really funny about that? This morning, my mom made me and Ray some breakfast, and we were eating while we were talking, and we said something about Aldi's and something about something to do with their the cash. I mean the cashier people and the bagging stuff. And she was like, I literally just read an article right before like we had breakfast about the exact same thing. And it was like, and I randomly just brought it up, like, we were just randomly talking about Aldi's, and she was like, I just read that article.
Wow. Vibing.
I swear, I have like psychic. I in some ways I have psychic tendencies because I say things and it happens to be right there with somebody else, like at the same time. It's so weird. Nikki has to pop off. Congrats, Amanda. Thank you. So glad you joined us. Can't wait to see you next round. Megan said, I still haven't watched the second one. That's my goal this year. Hocus Pocus Marathon.
Yeah.
Yay.
So fun, yeah.
You should do it this month, actually, because it's spooky season. Good timing.
Definitely the perfect time for sure.
Mm-hmm. Nikki says she's reading Brownies and Broomsticks as well, and Mischief Night.
That's fun.
Cute.
Great option.
Great option.
I'm going to start with a thriller called What Remains by Wendy Walker. This author sounds familiar. I don't know where from. Has she done any YA books?
I feel like She has.
Is she the author of Everland or something like that? Because I know I got that from you, Karina, and
Emma the Knight is a YA.
So I swear I've heard that author name before. Nice. I'm glad everyone's going to be starting with something spooky and fun.
Yes.
And I'm glad everybody made it to the book club live show.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are able to be here with me.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for-
us.
Thanks for having us. It was
And I
fun.
can't wait for the next round.
Yeah.
Especially, even if it's just me and Ray, at least we'll do something.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you guys could pop in, say hi.
We'll definitely be in the chat. Like if I don't get to read it, I will be supporting in the chat for sure.
Of course.
You guys are awesome. I'm so glad you guys were here.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to do the Iron Flame.
Wow. What a
I
moment.
can't
That will be.
And we're gonna end in just a moment, but I want to thank all of you guys for coming in and chatting with us about the book. Oh, Megan says, what book are you guys reading now? Or reading next?
Mine is gonna be One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. Just a reread.
And I think I'm still finishing the book. I'm almost to the end of it. I'm still trying to finish The Curse of Saints. I was supposed to be reading that with Karina and Kaylani anyways.
Oops.
Are you reading it?
Close to the end. I'm almost there. I'll probably finish it tonight, most likely.
I'm so happy. I hope you like it.
Yeah. And then after that, I think I might start with Home Before Dark.
Yay.
Because I've been wanting to read it, and it sounds right up my alley. Plus, I figured I forgot to include my buzzword book, so I'm switching it. And I thought maybe Home Before Dark could work a little bit, because you could have dark magic. So I figured, why not? Home Before Dark, dark magic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
For the book club or personally? Huh?
Oh,
I just remember. Yeah.
For the book club. Oh, the book that we're reading for October. Gotcha. We are going to be reading Stealing Infinity by Alison Noel. Mostly because I love her writing. I read her Ever series. I think it is Evermore, something like that. Evermore is the first book. That much I know for sure. I absolutely loved that series by her. I was addicted. I read the whole series like so fast. And I haven't seen anything new from her in quite a while until Stealing Infinity came up. What was it, last year or the year before? Can't really remember. But as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I need that book, because I loved the Evermore books.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to have it. And then I decided to do this book club, and then I thought, it'd be so much fun to read it together with some people. So I'm very much excited to read it, and I would love for you, Megan, to join in with me if you want. No pressure. But I am very much excited for the next book club live show, and hopefully we will have some people in the chat, maybe a guest host, maybe if I can find someone. We will see.
Exciting.
So thank you all for joining in on this one. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you want to see more of my bookish content, subscribe, smash that button. And
Yes.
of course, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And we will see you all in the next live show, if you can all make it.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Ray says bye. Bye, y'all.